The thing has been done.
No.
Hello,
No.
everybody.
Facts! Damn it, you little shit. Stop.
Greetings, Internet. And small cat. Greetings, Internet. Welcome. We are the Diceaholics. Welcome to our bi-monthly meeting.
Woo!
Woo. Everybody's excited, including me. Yeah, that too. Anyway. This is going to be a bit of a shorter session because reasons. So we're just going to go ahead and dive into this one. Who wants to begin with catching us up?
The recap.
Well, don't all start at once.
So we got to Saberhagen, and Azrivana was promptly arrested, like on site. And so we, the rest of the party, the rest of the Bad Blood Pack has essentially been tasked with, it was a long and complicated, like, hearing thing with the freaking Coven. We had a conversation with the Coven, and they basically think that she is now tied to the new spread of the death trees. And so we basically now have 3 days to prove that she is not.
Yes.
We started at the library where we met Adrian and where Xanathos hangs out. And I think Nathan got some info there. Sort of, maybe.
I was looking around for info and I found a little bit, but more importantly, our library friend dude, Xanathos, got arrested.
Oh, yeah! He was escorted away.
And
It's
all
probably the last time that would be helpful.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
He also... Go.
He left a note. I'm having trouble remembering what it said exactly, though.
Yeah. While that was all happening, Cyrus, Dea, and Osbin went on a little mystery, or a little manhunt, sort of, for somebody who hurt one of... who hurt one of the girls at... What was the Red Imp? We met Davian there, and he gave us a little bit of info. He decided to help us out. And so we have... He basically told us, establish a timeline. That was pretty much as much help as he was able to give.
And we're on the good side of the pretty much mob boss of the area, so that's always good.
Hell yeah! Cyrus has a date with him later.
He was in his element.
Dea flirted with somebody, sort of.
She tried to get information from a very drunk guy and instantly regretted her decision.
Hey, she got it though.
But she got it. She's in that conflicting, well, I hated what I did, but I'm glad that it turned out the way she had hoped. But yeah, she was not in her element.
Right now.
And Nathan and Osbin had a father-son fishing trip that did not go well.
Yeah.
An attempted fishing trip.
To find out that the fucking lake is sterilized!
Lord! Our druid just doesn't catch a break. He just
They built him to do, he just can't!
What happened with Volem?
I don't even remember what I did.
Oh yeah, she went to talk with the tree guy, and now she sort of has a job.
The hobbit guy. I was being a good help.
That's right. She sort of has a job now, at least for as long as we're in town. Vola got a job, is what happened.
I got a job.
Such an adult, even in fantasy.
I know.
And she's like the baby of the group. Didn't we find that out?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
2 sessions ago?
Yeah, she lifespan, the youngest one.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What is that?
Sorry, I think my dog just barked while I was on Push to Talk. My apologies.
Back.
think you're talking about the bird.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I thought I heard a
No.
bird.
You
Anyway.
might have. I don't know. Okay, continue on.
Bird is the word.
Bird. Bird, that's the word.
I'm gonna kick both of you right now.
I'm so sorry this started.
Anyway.
So our story takes us back into the... Actually, I believe the last place we actually left off was Nathan having seen Xanathos be carted off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest of the group, I believe, is finishing up at the Red Imp, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
we're still at the... Yeah, remember because we did that whole thing and you were like, oh my god, I forgot about Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
We left him sitting in the library.
And so we're the three of us are still at the inn. I think Vola's still at the urban man.
Oh, jeez.
Azrivana, you are still in prison.
Okay. I figured I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, you're in jail. Have fun. So why don't we start with Nathan? You've just seen Xanathos be carted off. What's going on? What's there?
I read over the note several times, and then finally I walk over to Adrian, and I'm like, "Hey, so shit. Is there like a history of any like necromancers in the area, or is that just not at all knowledge that people keep here?"
You find Adrian towards the back, per usual, stocking some books for some reason and not using magic because he's a weirdo. He pushes up his glasses, runs a hand through his hair, getting in his face. Necromancy.
Yeah.
No, not since the begin. Not since Abraham's beginning, like hundreds of years ago. The practice has been forbidden, except for the highest members of the coven, or Lord Salem.
So that's kind of hypocritical. Okay.
How do you mean?
Well-
Oh, hypocritical. I haven't looked. Okay, yeah. No, well, I get. The problem is if you just have the restraint kind of released for necromancy, you start to run into a lot of problems, particularly concerning that of the foglet.
Oh yeah.
So the problem is the idea is to regulate necromancy by people the council already trusts, not just anybody.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I need anything else. You've actually been a really big help. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And maybe if you want to, you can also, if you're, you seem like a tourist. Like I don't imagine you come here very often.
Yeah.
A little down the way, it's kind of close to the Red Imp. If you've ever been, you should stop by the Caducetorium. There's a lot of cool stuff there. Sometimes you might be interested for a traveler such as yourself.
The Caducetorium?
Yeah.
What exactly kind of place is it?
Well, I suppose it's our town's version of a magic shop.
And like Nathan's mind instantly has flashbacks of Steve. And he
Borf.
just like stands, huh?
Borf.
And he just like stands there for a second. He's like, okay, thanks. I'll definitely make a stop there.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too. Take it easy. And then I head out and try to find the first, like, of any of my teammates that I can find.
Roll investigation.
Okay.
Well, I did tell Nathan that we were going to be at the Red Imp.
Oh, did you? Okay, then you would just know
Yes.
that they would probably be there next.
Cool. Then I'll just head over there.
Yeah, you will. Okay, so heading over to where the party is. Fresh off the heels of your recent victory. Let's just get this party started, yeah? What is going on after the fact?
So I imagine. So we just wrapped up with Davian. I would probably say we're probably heading back to the inn. We would probably be heading back to either the inn or the library to see if Nathan found anything.
Okay, you exit the tavern pretty quickly, unless, like, is Cyrus speaking for everybody?
I was just gonna say, I'm like, would Dea and Osmond agree with that?
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, Day agrees. She's still trying to rub the guy's essence off her face.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, his essence.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that
let's call it that.
doesn't sound okay. We'll go with that.
Bye.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Just leave it at that.
Just leave it that one. Okay. You leave the tavern just quickly as you came, it seems, and you actually bump into Nathan like right as you're like leaving the door and saying goodbye to the guards.
Okay. So, Xanathos just got carted off.
What do you mean carted off?
I was reading in the library, and I went to go ask him for a book because I can't find fucking anything to distinguish normal necromancers, whatever the fuck Liza is. And guards came and said, "You are important for the investigation," and took him away, and he left a note saying that we need to establish a timeline.
Oh, that doesn't sound good for us.
No.
Right.
Azrivana,
This was-
What's up?
you kind of awake, like your vision has been super blurry up to this point. Probably some enchantment to keep the location where you just were a secret.
Mm-hmm.
You see your companions off in the distance. You just like motion at them.
Do we see her?
Roll perception.
I'm using this new die, apparently.
Eh.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Shit.
I'm also
Fine, I'll roll perception.
You see her.
Oh wow.
She's
Okay.
like swaying in the wind like a ghost. Like a cartoon ghost. Woo.
I forgot to pull up my character sheet. Hold on.
I'm confused, but I'm gonna go to where they're at.
Yep. How do you greet them? Just Are you like a Pokemon now?
I'm just gonna walk over and casually say, "What's up, guys?"
Dana's gonna jump at that.
Oh, husband's head like snaps over.
Yeah, like Nathan like looks over at her, and his like blank expression, just his eyes slowly widen, and he just says, "Okay, what?"
What the fuck?
Okay, is she obviously kind of like, she looks like a ghost, like she's not solid, or
Oh no, I was
what is
kidding.
she-
I was kidding. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Switching
Okay, so
switching
so she looks solid?
universes here from sci-fi to fantasy. Yeah. I was kidding. She's
Oh,
there.
okay.
Okay.
She's there.
Okay. But Azrivana, I thought
How did
you're
you
supposed to be in
prison?
jail.
Did you break out? Nice.
Jeez.
I did not break out. I think somebody bailed me out. I do not know who, though.
Somebody bailed you out.
Wait, didn't that boss guy say he would try to do something for us? I forget what he exactly said. I thought he said he would try to buy us time, but
He said he'd try and buy us time, but he said, oh fuck, what did he say? He said, DM, can I roll to see if I remember what?
can we roll history?
Yes, history. I was about to say it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's roll history for like literally 10 minutes
10
ago.
seconds.
For
For literally 10 seconds to go. That is pretty good. That is a non-natural 20.
He said
I got
he'd see-
19.
He said he would see what strings he could pull for you.
That's right.
Mm.
Well, maybe this was a string he could pull.
That was fast, if that was the case.
So you guys were dealing with Sai's mob buddies, I'm assuming.
Not specifically my mob buddies, but someone who may have those kind of ties. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, we solved the problem, and she kind of she's still kind of like
Sarah
she's trying to
kinda
wipe something
smiles.
off his.
Sarah smiles. Yeah, old Sunshine here cracked the case wide open.
She just gives you a dirty ass look.
Nathan just like squints his
Osmond
eyes.
chuckles.
Son, shut. Okay, whatever.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
I wasn't
Please
gonna-
ask. It's a wonderful story.
I'm gonna go with no.
Ospen thinks it's pretty funny.
So
Hey, I want to know. Tell me.
Oh, wait,
Oh, yeah,
where's
is
Bola?
Bola-
yeah,
is
Bola
Bola
is
there yet?
it's Bola.
'Cause
Vola,
I think we left her at the tavern.
We'll say Vola made her way over there, seeing
Yeah.
Nathan.
Okay.
I honestly don't remember where I ended up last
No, that's
time.
right, because you fell asleep towards the end.
I fell asleep because I was
Yeah.
sleep deprived.
Yeah. So we'll just
That's
say
right.
you
So
you
we-
saw Nathan and followed him.
Sweet. Okay. But I want to know.
How about we go back to the inn and talk things over, figure out a plan. Cyrus can tell his little story if he wants to.
Okay.
You,
I'm sorry, it was really funny.
And I want to like turn to Nathan. I'm gonna be like, have you gone and talked to my boss yet?
my
Okay,
boss.
everybody's doing so many things now. No, I haven't.
I got a job.
I've been having an existential crisis in the library, but that
Stop that.
I am really trying.
Shit, he's cured. Roll medicine.
Why would we not do that before?
Because. So simple now.
Of course, the solution is flexing. Anyway. So then I just look at everybody and I'm like, okay, so let's go back to the tavern and talk about things and establish a timeline of as much as we can. Yeah.
Well, okay.
And Azrivana, try to avoid doing anything necromancy. She kind of tries to find the word for it. I just don't want to attracting any of those people again while we actually have you with us.
Yeah, as cool as your skeleton buddies are, we may need to not have them around for a while.
You have no access to them.
Yeah,
They're not around.
Oh, well, perfect.
they're my buddies. So,
Well,
fortunately,
that's very
Did they kill them?
probably.
We're already dead though, so.
It's a little redundant, don't you think?
We're alive in our hearts.
Hey, we're friends.
Necromancy, arrest them.
Alright, let's head back.
Yes.
So we go back to the inn.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way back to the inn. You actually, Nathan, you do spy what you imagine was the caducitorum. A huge, like, think Roman kind of a structure, like a museum stature. It's quite tall, quite big, many columns, and a lot of window.
Okay, on the way back, I want to point at that building and I lean over to Bola and I say, we're going in there later.
Ooh.
Ooh!
It's a shop like Steve's.
Ooh. Steve was funny.
Yeah.
He's probably dead now.
You pass the caducitorium. Azrivana, you also noticed the little potion shop that you heard about from your friend in the joint.
In the
The
joint.
joint.
Called Alcahest.
yes.
Is that the same shop that Osmond and I went into?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you-
as we're walking back, I tell Vola the whole story of what happened.
Alright. And I did watch the recap. Even though I was asleep during that part, I watched it, so I know what it is.
Oh, hey.
Okay, but
I am aware.
Okay, good. I was about to ask.
so I noodles that to you.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
That's unsanitary.
Oh, sunshine. Mild humming in the background. Like,
The meme library over here.
you make your way back to the inn. Azrivana, this being your first time, it's very, very nice. There's not a lot of people here. It doesn't seem like an inn and bar. Mostly a place for like lodgings with a minotaur, female, tending the like welcome desk.
Oh.
Yeah. You are at the inn.
Ooh.
Is there a place to sit, like in the main area?
It's a nice little nook.
Okay.
Nook.
We'll take that, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you have the codes for the nuke?
What? Oh my god. Cyrus
No,
would.
I have a
Cyrus
kill
probably.
streak.
What?
I probably have a secret passcode.
I'm kidding. Please just start roleplaying.
You started this, God.
I'm kidding. Please start roleplaying.
So we haven't actually like slept here yet, have we?
No,
No,
No.
we have. Oh,
No.
are we one room short now with Azrivana here?
probably. Unless you want to double up.
I turned out.
Oh my god.
Going back to last episode, just that's
Yeah.
still an option.
Interesting. Ari, did
I
you
turned out-
end up watching the episode recap perchance?
Did not
Did not? Okay.
going to.
So it's
but-
just like, would you also require a couple's hot stone massage?
What?
Basically,
Oh, that's a yes. Heard?
Oh, no, that was Jamie.
Okay. Anyway,
uh,
go for it.
yeah. Yeah, basically, Cyrus called them out as being a couple in front of everyone. So now, basically, I think everyone except for Vola knows they're a thing.
Mhm.
I feel like Vola would have just assumed and not said anything about it, to be honest.
I can
Probably.
it's
I can see
probably.
that.
If she knew, would she be like, "So, are you pregnant yet?"
Oh my
I don't know how this works. Are you pregnant yet?
Oh my god, please ask them that later. Please.
That's how babies work.
Anyway, we take the table.
Take the table. Alright.
Off to a great start.
The anyway,
As we're heading over, I turn to Azrivana and I'm like, "You can have my room if you want." I was thinking about trying to like actually sleep outside for once because I'm supposed to do nature shit.
Okay. If
Cool.
that's what you're okay with.
the Minotaur Duota looks at all of you and regards you kindly and gives you like a small nod and a large smile, actually, at you, having having not recognized you, Azrivana.
Azrivana waves.
Neat. You take the table.
Right. Okay, so we have, what, 2 more days to figure out a timeline or some concrete evidence that won't get Azrivana killed?
Well,
Dave,
here's my
it's your
thing.
hands.
If she was bailed out, do we even need to go through all of this anymore?
Yeah, bailed, I believe, in the context, it's just I'm sure she's not able to leave the city. They're still going to have a trial.
Yeah, and
That's at least how I would assume it.
so
It's not how it works where I'm from, but where I'm from is very different from the rest of the world. So
So
DM, I've been around. Would I know
How what?
how that worked generally?
What, in
Like-
Saberhagen?
Yeah.
Roll history.
shit.
That is a 18.
It is a privilege to be walking amongst the people of Saberhagen as the Coven sees it, and additionally Lord Salem. They have not been unknown to place enchantments on their prisoners. So, still technically a prisoner in the city, but they have just been given the opportunity to enjoy themselves up to their trial.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cast Detect Magic real quick to see if she has an enchantment on her.
Yeah, she does.
Right, okay. Noodles. Noodles.
Ah,
Cool.
All right. So then we're still figuring shit out.
So,
And I mean, and yeah, it is enchantment at the school, enchantment school.
So, what exactly are we proving her innocence of again? Is it what's been happening to Plautus and now Valen?
That sounds about right.
We're trying to prove that she's not responsible or related to Eliza.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, we're tied to the trees. They don't believe Eliza exists.
Precisely.
I'm gonna since we're sitting, I'm gonna pull out my bag, and I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper, and I'm gonna draw a picture of Eliza, and then I'm gonna draw a picture of Azrivana, and I'm gonna show that they're not the same person.
Okay.
I love Lola.
So you reach. You have the neon pink bag of holding, right?
Ooh.
So you go to pull out some paper, and you find that it is folded into a perfect origami swan.
Oh. I'm just gonna kind of like stick my head in the bag to see what happened.
Everything you ever put in that bag is folded into an origami swan.
Even
Oh.
if it's not paper?
It's still paper. Even the things that are not paper, yes.
So, like, if
Oh.
you had, like,
It
iron
seems-
ore in there,
It would
be
seems you are not actually in possession of a bag of holding.
What is this?
A bag of
It's a
folding.
bag of folding.
Oh my god.
No. Oh, I knew that lady was bad news when she came. Middle of the night.
Figure out what everybody's bags are.
I'm just gonna kind of like dump everything out
Oh Jesus! On the table or like?
What the
on the table.
She drops out like even like dust particles, huh?
Huh?
She dumps out all these things onto the table, paper and sticks and leaves, all in really nice origami swans. You see a couple of kangaroos. And even
He just has wide eyes.
particularly
watching this
out of the
happen.
octopus, you see like several sticks like put together. It looks like an octopus.
Well,
What the shit?
Would the things inside my original pack be okay?
So you reach down into the
Oh, no.
backpack.
oh shit.
You reach down, you find the backpack. The backpack is weirdly unharmed.
Huh.
Cool. Well, that's where the majority of my paper is.
I'm gonna just cautiously pull something out of my bag of holding.
Oh God!
You pull it out, it's fine. It's
I
bag of holding.
forgot.
Okay.
So wait, who all has one? Vola has one. Osmond has one. Doesn't Azravana have one?
I do
Yes.
have one. I don't know if I still have it.
I mean, yeah, you have all your belongings still.
Okay,
They didn't frisk you.
good.
I don't know. I guess I'm just going to take my regular pack out of the bag of holding or bag of folding, and then I'm going to fold up the bag of folding and like tie it to my pack because I think it's fun.
There you go.
With all the
What if you-
twigs
what
and
happens
shit
if
and
you put
folded
someone
origami
in
on the
there?
table.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was just yeah. Your side, the back, guys. Upon hearing that revelation.
Let's put someone in there.
Oh my god.
One hit kill.
Oh,
Yes.
So, while that's all going on, Nathan just looks over at Osmond and says, so, if they're more concerned about the trees, you realize what this means for the group, right?
Elaborate.
Well, in order to prove one's innocence, another one's basically gonna get locked up.
That doesn't seem to make sense. I'm just gonna look up for my drawing and then go back to my drawing.
Are you drawing on like the folded origami paper?
I will have unfolded it, so it's kind of like crumpled, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Roll performance with your little with the bonuses we decided to give you.
Yes.
You get that bonus on all like drawing based things, so you know.
Okay.
So add it.
That would be 13.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty good. It's like an Animu Eliza.
Nice.
So, what I mean is, Azrivana didn't cause the trees, but if we prove her innocence with the proof we have, I'll probably have to take her place.
Daya kind of gives him a little like what a quizzical.
Oh, shit.
glance. What do you mean?
Oh shit, she doesn't know! Oh fuck!
Literally, only Osben and I know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean, sort of, but not really.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Did I miss something?
So, and like Nathan puts his head in his hands. So, Osmond and Sino. So, when Vola, Sai, and I were first teamed up, we went into this woods to deal with some undead, and we walked through this black forest.
I'm just gonna interrupt. The undead was the one that I gave the skull to Azrivana. And then I'm gonna go back to my drawing.
Yeah. And so, seeing as how I hadn't seen any of these types of trees before, and I wanted to, build up my knowledge of different types of living things, not realizing that these weren't living at all and were the exact opposite, I took one of the twigs and I just held on to it, trying to analyze it until we got to Plautus, and the leaves that were on it fell off. And next thing I know, there are giant black tree tendrils reaching around the walls.
As Nathan's saying this, Daya kind of like her expression goes from what to oh my god, and she's oh Nathan,
But see, while I was reading today, I came up with another realization. You know how the head guy was looking specifically at me whenever he said that we stunk of something terrible?
yeah.
Plants have to pollinate, right?
I mean, I don't know too much about plants or botany, but I would assume. But if these things were dead, then I don't know.
So, I don't think even with ditching that twig, I don't think I've shaken whatever influence it has.
Well, we don't know that for certain, and Nathan, even if that was the case, you had no idea. And I don't know, it just...
Well, no, but I don't think that they'll see it as,
yeah.
mistakes
That's true.
not bad, because they're wanting to kill whoever's responsible for this shit.
What strange ways his mind works, don't you think?
Sorry, I didn't catch that last part. What strange ways?
What strange ways his mind works, don't you think?
Do we all hear that, or was that just?
Oh, that was just him.
Okay, that's what I thought.
His
Okay, just making sure. I always want to double check.
It's just over, mate.
Never know when this bitch is gonna pop up. I just want to always double check.
I suppose it's a scapegoat. Whenever something like this would happen, I would always assume the heads of whatever organization will look for a scapegoat, which I think is what happened with Azrivana here. So it wouldn't surprise me if that could also be a possibility down the line.
We don't need to trade you for her. We can find a way to get through this and come out clean.
Daya nods her head and
I'm not saying this as if I intend to die, because
Good. I think it's better to have you around than not.
Saying, I'm putting possibilities on the table.
Just
So
try
if
not to bring it up.
well, if we're establishing a solid timeline, it may have to come up. Meaning that I'll have to justify myself. But I'm saying if they don't see, me being a dumbass as a viable reason, it's a possibility.
Let's just try not to mention. If we don't mention it, it's not necessarily lying.
Yeah, just don't bring it up. We traveled through the forest, and then we went to, we, got sent on that mission by Halia, and we traveled through the forest, and we came out, and it's alright.
Cool.
DM, the Black Forest they're talking about, that's like the one where when I first started my journey where
Yorp.
the village was on the edge
Yorp.
of that forest. That's that forest, and then I found myself there, kind of thing.
Yorp.
Okay. So I think do we know anything more about these trees besides their devastating power?
They
Grow
grow
killing.
They grow by feeding off of the life force and death of anything surrounding them, which I think is why they grew so quickly in Plautus, because Team Distraction turned into Team Arson, which I'm guessing turned into Team Burn the Town to the Ground.
Let's probably also not mention that either.
Yeah.
They don't need to know any.
Cool.
See, if I'm thinking of the same forest as you're thinking, there was a village that was nestled right next to it. So I'm wondering why now is it growing and killing so rapidly? The only thing I'm thinking of is Eliza.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would a village be permanently set right on the edge of this forest if it is actively killing? So
Well, once Volasai and I got back to the town after our little excursion,
I was just gonna say.
the town was consumed.
Oh, and she kind of you could tell
Yeah.
her eyes open. Oh,
That's where we met Eliza for the first time.
She just kind of showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm evil," and then
She
Tried to make a deal with all of us individually. Tried to meet with me, one with Nathan, one with Vola.
yeah.
and she took the body of someone that we had accidentally killed the day before.
was there perhaps a burned down building when you met her anywhere nearby?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh, why?
Well, I know I've told a few of you, how I met Eliza was I went to that village and I found myself in the Temple of Saren Ray. And, well, let's just say trying to protect the priest from a bandit ended up me starting a fire in the wooden church. And, she could tell she's really red and she's just wringing her hands. So, the priest showed me a passageway underneath the floor and I couldn't take him with me. And down there, there was magic down there, and that's where I found this woman crying, and, it ended up being Eliza. I couldn't get out of that room that she was in, and she made a portal, and she tried to make a deal with me and got very upset when I turned it down. And then I ended up going through that portal and being in the forest where I eventually met all of you. But
Luckily, at least you got dropped into a forest.
Yeah, we got
in a
dropped in.
prison.
We got dropped into an arena.
In
Yeah.
an arena.
We immediately had to fight for our lives.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's, yeah. I should consider myself lucky then.
Nathan gets like a really solemn expression. He's like, "We never went back for Leon."
we couldn't.
Yeah.
I thought he was being taken care of somewhere.
No, he's still petrified.
Oh yeah.
Who?
I mean,
That was also part of the reason why I
Who?
wanted to go back, but you know.
Ian Leichenhart?
That's not how that ended.
werewolf
No.
boy.
He
Fair
went
enough.
with you
I thought he was
into.
awake.
He went with you into the caverns below Plautus.
He did?
Yeah, I thought for sure that he was with us.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
I'm remembering it wrong. Cool.
As am I. Never mind.
My bad!
You haven't seen him since that night, but he did go
Yeah.
with you.
Come with. Then what happened? Because we all. Did we just like part ways? Because we all got out.
Yeah.
If he was with us when we went into the cavern, we all got out.
No, not
Yeah,
the
I
underground.
thought
Roll history. Roll history.
Okay, I'm a roll history.
I'm gonna roll history. Since we're all arguing about what happened.
Yeah.
I rolled.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
No, it's a 19. I rolled a 9.
22.
After,
14.
after being dropped into the arena, he went with you to see the bandit queen, Halia.
Mm-hmm.
She even made an advance at him, calling him Little Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
He went with you guys into Plautus, and you guys were investigating something, and when you turned around, he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so that ended.
That I remember.
Oh yeah, he got
We found him in the underground thing under the statue, though.
Yeah, you did. So you turned around, he was gone. You investigated something that happened in the Shrine of Veritas, and you found him a prisoner along with Duke.
Uh-huh.
You brought him out. Someone was going to come over and help him, and you haven't seen him since.
Okay. Well, either way, we never went back for him, so...
whoops.
That was
I guess,
also part of the reason I wanted to go back, but
Yeah.
just to check.
Yeah. I mean, if Duke made it out, then I'm hoping he did. Especially if my hunch is correct, he probably did.
I suppose what I'm worried about is if Eliza was somehow, how I thought when I first met her is that she was trapped there purposefully. And if that's the case, I don't know if I did something to release her. I don't know our timelines, how they coincide, because I don't know how much time passed from me meeting her and going through that portal, but I'm worried that she was somehow trapped under that church.
Wait, you think she was trapped when you met her?
I think because when the church was burning and the priest, he showed me the passageway and I couldn't take him with me. The last thing he told me was that he was sorry. So I don't know.
I turned to Nathan and Vola. Didn't she mention something about thanking us for freeing her
Yeah.
after we killed the necromancer?
And one thing that is like different from our situation, yours, Dea, she didn't seem upset when we turned down her deal. Like she seemed a little bit sad, but she wasn't angry.
She said I was just like him. She didn't say who he was, but she said I sounded just like him and was almost disgusted with me, but I helped her somehow, I guess. So she said she would spare me. Again, that didn't make me feel very good, but anyway, that's she told me the story of something involving angels and I think a paladin. It's all fuzzy. I can't remember all the details.
Off their wake from
That
restless
sounds familiar.
sleep, recalling
It was-
dreams
Sorry, I
I hope
didn't
to
hear.
keep.
What?
Off their wake from restless sleep, recalling dreams I hope to keep.
Oh, I know. Osmond's the only one that heard that, but that's what showed up in my book of angels.
So I just like that sounds familiar.
Wait, I think Osmond's the only one that heard that.
Osmond heard it.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to you, Dea.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, here.
About angels and angels and a paladin. That sounds familiar.
Here, that priest, he gave me this book, and she brings out her book of angels,
It's
said it was
a. Sorry, I need. It is a large tome bound with black pages and golden trim, with only the few words scribed on it. Oft I wake from restless sleep, recalling dreams I hope to keep.
I thought it was a tome of Seren Ray, but when we went into Plautus and I brought it to Sister Steve, she kind of gets a little sad look when she says his name. He told me it was called the Book of Aim. Things will show up once in a while, sometimes in gibberish. I've been trying to once in a while try to understand, but part of me is a little worried that it might have some connection to Eliza.
Can I see it?
And she kind of pushes it over towards him.
I just want to look at it. Do I see anything?
Oft I wake from restless sleep, recalling dreams I hope to keep.
And that's it?
Yep.
Else?
That's it.
Cool. Dope. Yeah, no, nothing here.
As you're passing it back, Osmond kind of holds out his hand, and as he's passing it back, I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good, because I haven't done this yet on the book.
Okie dokie. Let me just read that spell so I know I'm doing this right.
When he has to look up stuff, that's always, it's
Detect evil and good?
Yes.
This is not a creature.
No, but it also has an effect for objects or
Does it?
areas. Yes.
Okay, that's not what mine is reading. I'm reading it wrong then.
Similarly, if there's a place of object within 30
Oh.
feet of you that has been magically...
You're right. My bad. Somewhere in between. Normally these things you detect are black and white, but it's something different. There is no malevolence in the tome. It's hard to pin whether it's one or the other, but you can tell it's definitely been magically touched in some way.
Oh! Dea, it's like she just remembered something. When I was talking to Eliza back in the place, she was saying she had friends that were helping her, and that's when the portal appeared. I don't know, maybe something unintentionally we all did? I don't know.
I look between Cyrus and Vola, and then just look down at the table.
Cyrus sees that and also looks down at the table.
Well, in that case, if we all inadvertently had a reason, or not a reason, but a thing, then none of us meant it, so none of us are guilty.
They may not see it that way, though. They might see it as we all have a tie to Eliza, so therefore we're all guilty.
Well, they all dumb.
I realize that,
That's an argument.
and I agree with that.
From what I've heard from my
But
mom,
we gotta play by their rules.
from what I've heard from my mom about higher end politics, what little she knew, things are very black and white.
Dea just kind of gives a small and kind of looks away. Yeah. I suppose that's right. Well, either way. Sounds like we have a lot
I wish
to go
to
through.
roll an insight check
On
Dea.
On me.
What was that about?
Okay. First off, what part of what she just said are you trying to roll insight for?
What?
What did she say? What are you trying to glean?
Oh no, she just looked nervous. She just suddenly hey, yeah, it's probably... That sounds to me like she's got something to hide.
Okay, roll insight.
Alright, here we go. Where's my insight?
And
Alright, here we go.
And Dea, I imagine you're trying to hide it.
Yeah, she's just what she said reminded her of the authority figures at home.
So are you often trying to actively hide it?
Yeah, she doesn't like to think about
Roll
it.
deception.
Okay.
22.
Fuck. Oh, 6. Yeah.
So you learn this.
Okay.
Probably something family oriented. You know that, Sai.
Okay.
You've done that, Sai.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm.
Oh yeah, Daya's nervous, so she's rubbing the back of her hand. That surprisingly no one has mentioned, so she's happy about
Oh,
that.
and with that high of a roll, you probably now know of. You have discovered a trigger.
Oh yay! Okay. Cool. Good to know.
What's
No,
that?
I'm not saying or doing anything with it. Just good to know.
Hey DM, what time is it about in game?
It's getting a little dark. Like, the sun is almost fully set. It's dark.
Oh, well, Osmond's kind of just been like lost in thought this whole kind of except for a second. And asked, what happened to your skeletons?
They took them.
They poof.
so
They may be some help to us. I've recently come across a way that allows me to speak with the dead, and they were citizens of Valen.
oh shit.
Just like looks at him like, oh.
Osmond,
Yes.
take a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
Hey.
Husbands make God happy.
Yes.
This is why I talk to dead people.
Girl, same.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
They wouldn't have no reason to lie, so they could straight up just be like, bruh.
Yeah.
They can just say, yeah, she saved us. That might help.
Yeah.
Help.
Maybe. And they can prove that we left before the village was overcome by those trees.
Also
Right.
true.
We were already halfway to Saberhagen by the time we heard of anything.
So we were here by the time
Yeah.
we found out
And then
earlier today.
Nathan puts his head back in his hand. Oh, but that they might see that as even more evidence against me, though, because
No, we just need to prove that Azrivana and the rest of us are not tied to the spread of the trees. If we can prove, if we have, even if they are dead, if we have somebody saying they were gone by the time it got to Velen, they have no reason to believe we caused it in Plautus.
except if they ask the right questions, there's a certain couple moments that might sway them to believe otherwise.
But the skeletons wouldn't know that.
The skeletons know that I've been trying to fuse nature with death magic.
Ah.
It just looks at him like, oh my god.
They respond to the questions that I ask. I don't have to ask them anything about that.
But I'm assuming that the counselors, I think they're called, right? I'm assuming that they also have such a spell.
Well, that circle that we stepped in was pretty much a truth circle.
From what I understand, it's a magic for those of really only holy or unholy persuasion.
Roll Arcana. The both of you.
Both of us? Okay.
I mean, I as a player know bards, clerics, and necromancers can learn.
Oh, well. The two of you that investigated.
Okay.
The investigated the spell back during.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
I know
I did.
Osmond and
Oh, you
Yeah,
did? Roll,
Osmond
roll
and I
as
were-
well.
Yeah.
Roll as well.
Arcana.
Yeah, 23.
13.
It is functionally similar. Not quite a zone of truth. But it does make it difficult to lie.
okay. Hey, and then Osmond and I, we found a potions shop today. I think I remember on the shelf there was like something involving a truth serum. I forget exactly what it was called, but tomorrow maybe some of us could go by and see if there's anything that could help.
That's something we should also be cautious of, because at least with the magics that they have, you're not compelled to tell them everything you know. You can still avoid answering certain things.
That's right. I suppose you're right. Anyway, the shop. I don't know if there's anything that could help us there, but it's good to know it exists.
What
so,
next?
how do we want to go about this? Are we trying to build the timeline tonight? Are we waiting for that till tomorrow?
Well, it's getting kind of late. We should probably hold off till tomorrow.
Okay.
I would like some sleep. That would be nice.
I can get started on the timeline from at least my perspective. And then
Okay.
whoever wants to add in that.
Vola, do you
Maybe
know of any good trees in the area, or?
I want to list every good tree in the area.
She has an itemized list.
I'm
She's
not
drawn
gonna
it.
list the
She's
best
drawn it
one. I'm
on.
not gonna list the best one because I'm gonna sleep at the best one.
Okay, so she actually. It's funny. It's like in the cartoon show of this, she like reaches up off screen and pulls down like a chart.
like
She-
Looney Tunes,
Like
She
Looney Tunes style. She, like Looney
Yeah.
Tunes is in a chart, especially from her bag of holding, and she lists in like an Excel sheet of like all trees itemized by height, foliage, and girth.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And there's even one for amusing color.
Oh, how thoughtful.
And I take note of the tree she lists, and I'm like, okay, then I can see you guys tomorrow. I have some thinking of my own that I need to do.
Go talk to the Hobbit. He's really nice.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Let's all get a
Maybe-
good night's sleep. Meet back in the morning and
Maybe everybody
decide
think about
how
your
to plan.
own personal timeline, and then we can come back and compare notes.
Right.
Neato. Is this all you wish to accomplish for this little back and forth?
So
Yeah.
Osmond wasn't immediately going to bed. He was just gonna kind of, once everyone left, he was going to since he hasn't actually wrote anything in a while, he's just gonna sit down with some paper and just write out his personal timeline.
Yeah.
Of when he leaving out like the weird, like secretive bits and stuff, like his meeting with Eliza the very first time, getting trapped in like the
Leaving
pain
out
or
things that
whatever.
could implicate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So you
So-
do so. You write it down to the best of your ability while avoiding things like macking on the tiefling girl.
Uh,
yeah. Okay. Like Dea gives him a little goodnight peck before leaving
Aw.
him to do whatever his.
Oh, like a kiss. In my head, it was like you tiny forehead bashed him.
And before she heads up, he's actually gonna
Get a
stop and say,
room.
Yeah, if you don't mind parting with your book for the night, could you leave it down here? I want to see if I could try and
Of-
learn anything from it.
Of course. And she brings it out. Take all the time you need. Okay.
Alright,
Get some sleep tonight. Okay.
alright, I will.
She gives him a smile. Does that little peck on the forehead and goes upstairs.
She'll head bash.
Good night, Bash.
In Tiefling culture, we don't kiss goodnight. We headbutt you. And I think that's beautiful.
Okay, so before we get to Osmond's personal things, Day, is there anything you wish to do before you sleep?
Nope, just kind of get ready. Maybe do a little prayer to Serenray to please
Say a little prayer for you.
us. Yeah, help us, please. Yeah. And then
Azrivana?
she's gonna try to go to sleep.
Okay. Azrivana?
She might go and try and do some research, refresh her memory on how the town functions.
Okay.
Do stage things.
Luckily for you, the library is 24/7.
Awesome.
wow.
It's a dream.
It's a dream. Cyrus, what's good?
I'm just going over my own personal timeline of how we got here,
Okay.
from meeting Nathan and Vola to the present.
Neat. I imagine also leaving out things that could implicate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, as is Cyrus. Vola, what's good?
I'm gonna go find the best tree that I did not tell Nathan about.
You found the best tree that is equal part girthy tall, the perfect height, just tall enough for you to see everything over the horizon, but not so tall where you'd be stuck like a cat.
Hell yeah.
With a wonderful reddish-yellow hue
Nice.
to each of the leaves. It's perfect. You love it here.
I love it. So what I want to do is I want to unfold the bag of folding, and I just want to like pick up leaves and drop them in, and then take them back out.
You do so, and you discover if you name an animal, the bag of folding will fold it into that animal for a time.
I love it. I love it.
Nathan?
I want to
Oh,
make
sorry.
a giant eagle.
Okay, so you put a leaf in. It, like, creases a little bit, but nothing happens. So in frustration, you start putting in a shitload of leaves, and after enough, because you said the words giant eagle, you got a giant origami eagle. That's
Nice.
like the
I'm
size
gonna
of a
have him-
football.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna have him sit in the tree next to me while I sleep.
Neat. You name him Samson.
Yes.
Samson, the leaf eagle.
Giant.
Beautiful.
Nathan? Oh, we already went over Nathan. Wait, no, we didn't.
What?
Nathan, what's good? What's going on? What you doing?
Nathan is going to go find a tree with enough foliage to basically hide him for the night. And he's going to mentally go over his story and alibi, basically.
Alibi?
And so he's probably, as he's starting to drift off to sleep, he's going to remember everything he thinks he's caused, and he's probably going to cry himself to sleep.
Well, before you do that, utilizing Azrivana's wonderful Excel spreadsheet and marvelous handwriting with really nice doodles, you do actually find the perfect size tree. You don't have to climb anywhere. It's more of a bush than anything, but you sit, you're comfy, and you cry in comfort.
Cool.
Did I like go over everybody before we get into like the solo adventures going on? Okay, good. So let's start with Azrivana.
Okay, she's gonna go to the library and she's gonna try and do as much research on the coven as she possibly can.
Okay. First off, okay. So you enter. Okay. I'm starting at the beginning. I know what I'm doing, even though I'm like stuttering like a terrible YouTube video. You approach what you know to be the library. It's called the Librum Arcana. It is not a modest establishment. It appears the mages of Saberhagen value their knowledge stores above anything. It's kind of toward the outskirts of town, large multi-story building towering high above its innocence. It's both beautiful and wonderfully neat. Large windows peer outward into the town, a set of large mahogany doors seal it off. You enter, and from what your friends tell you, you know there's usually a bookkeeper, but he is not around that you see. But you see a great many books atop a great many shelves, each towering well towards the ceiling, leaving space for little else in empty air. Many candles float around the establishment, lit. Bookshelves have other books putting themselves up and unshelving and reshelving, waiting for use. You are in the Librum Arcana. You wish to do research on the coven. Ooh. Roll investigation with advantage because this is a library and this is like your favorite terrain.
Favorite terrain.
Anytime.
Sorry, I have to math.
Oh. Ugh.
Gross.
You said what I call a no-no word.
We do not speak like that
We do.
in this in this
In
game.
this house.
I am offend.
I got a 23.
My God.
Well,
So-
This is my shit, dude.
you find Saberhagen, A History, by references. You find Saberhagen, A History, written by written by Zoltan Fredericks. Upon some closer investigation, you learn about the very strange ins and outs of Saberhagen, the way the town was founded, initially a refuge from witch hunters. Knowledge has always been the forefront of this city, and you find there is always a maximum of 3 heads of the coven. It is not in any way governed by race or gender or things that people can't control, but rather by magical skill and knowledge of lore. You learn of the 3 current council members. Don the Forsaken, a vicious leader and expert combatant. Don often takes the aggressive approach, sitting as the only male leader in the coven as of this far. He exercises his magic through a long sword on his back. A full orc. Claire Friedlock, a blonde-haired woman of great beauty and poise. Hers is the gentler approach. At least that's the way she would have you see it. Some pretty unfortunate rumors surround her and her late husband Gerard. And finally, Saloth Hispiani, the largely mute sister. Few have actually heard her say a word, with the exception of a couple incantations every once in a while. Her most iconic identifier appears to be her larger-than-average tiefling horns, appearing dark and brown, and they reach up, a good head higher than her own, and just barely don't touch as they end in a point. The coven's business often takes them to the court of Egregor, an ex church of the god Ogma, of knowledge. It is unsure why there is a temple of Ogma out here, even though it is not used as a temple. They used many enchantments and spells in their interrogations and law within the city. No crime, great or small, happens in this city without passing through the court of Egregor. Additionally, the spire that looms over the town, taller than anything in it, is a constant home to whoever is the head arcanist of Falgernon at the time. And that's about all you can find generally.
Okay. Can I look up at why they ban necromancy?
You find that
Things
pretty
of that
easily.
nature.
It seems, ironically, this Zoltan Fredericks that you've been looking around for has written books on necrobiology, things to do with just normal, common necromancy, in addition to the town's history. There is a time, it seems, where around the same date the book you're looking at was published, that he stopped writing. It's more of an essay than it is a book, advocating that necromancy is an essential part of Arcana, a larger part of the greater whole. It explains how the council of one year decided to ban the usage of it by any outside influence. There was a problem with foglets becoming huge problems, because once you rip a corpse out of the earth and start using it, it often makes a walking target for a will-o'-the-wisp to hijack and use, turning it into a foglet. Because of this, the town decided to restrict the usage of such magics to the higher ups of the order, and only through several channels and a lot of paperwork can they even secure a corpse. It was a fail-safe more than anything.
Understandable. She's like, well then now, why am I on death row? Starts looking around for more information. Can't you just hijack my corpses, tell me no, and then send me on my way?
Roll investigation
here?
for me.
Non-natural 20.
A
You do some digging around the upper stairs because this is a bit of a strange thing. They should have just taken your skeletons, right?
Yeah.
You look around upstairs under a table and you find a piece of scrap paper between the table and the floor. You reach down and you pluck it out from underneath the table, and you feel like you've seen this handwriting before. It says something is wrong. And you weirdly match it to a book by Xanathos Snowswallow.
Ooh. I'm gonna look at the book.
The book is a bestiary of a lot of basic monsters. Co-written by Bartok Fairweather, Bartok's Bountiful Bestiary. It seems like one of Xanathos' earlier works. And strangely, it hasn't been scribed by anybody, but rather by, it seems, the same person who wrote this note. You can gather that it seems, from various research and cross-referencing, that the Coven has been very trigger happy in regards to verdicts as of late.
What's going on? There's something missing. Can I investigate more to see if I can figure out what it is?
It is getting a little later in the night. If you, and you've already spent a lot of... this has taken some time to piece together and look in different floors of the library.
Right.
I can afford you one more question to search for, or you're going to have to start taking points of exhaustion.
What's been causing them to be so trigger happy?
You roll investigation.
Another non-natural 20.
That's my girl.
Yes.
There is something drawing you to, again by Zoltan Fedrix, necrobiology and you. There's something drawing you to it, and you can't explain why.
I'm gonna go to it.
The book outlines several plants that often grow on corpses and things that can be used for necromancy in general. How life can be used for death. You come upon a little legend that notates the origins of the Negroa trees. There's a tiny little illustration, and you recognize it. The exact trees back in Lore Meadow.
Oh.
The legends don't tell you anything specific, only the reoccurring issue that they typically go where death is.
Huh. Is that all I can get for tonight?
Unless you want to start taking some points of exhaustion, yeah. You found out a lot. Because you've had to take time to look through different books, piece things together by different levels of the Librum Arcana. It's taken time.
Yeah. Can she just sit at a table and pass out with her face in a book?
Which book do you want?
I don't know, something that she would be interested in.
You take the necrobiology and you book. You fall headfirst onto on the book. You are home again.
Yes, in my element.
In your element. We've waited a long time to get here, guys. Osben, what you doing?
So after I finish writing a personal timeline, he's in a good mood because he hasn't written anything in a while.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna, kind of set that to the side, and then I'm gonna reach over for the Book of Angels.
Yeah. You thumb through it. Black pages, gold
Yeah.
trimming.
Same thing as usual, flipping through.
Yep. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna try to cast Identify.
Okay. Let me see. I gotta read it so I know. Okay.
Because I know that you said earlier it seemed like it was magically
Right.
touched.
Right. I understand. Let me think of how I'm going to say this. Okay. You feel a resistance when you touch the object. No matter how well shielded something is, typically you can still identify it. And you do so with the book. It is not, in fact, it was once a bestiary, you've come to figure. It is used... It is best used to hunt a particular creature. More of the book reveals itself the closer you get to the hunt. It does not require attunement, it does not have charges. There is no specific spell that is affecting it. It is the culmination of many rituals and blessings and curses over several years.
Okay. But I don't know what the specific creature is currently.
No.
Okay.
You can guess, but you can't get anything definitive. Because there have been so many different spells and whatnot placed upon it, you'd have to just pick. It is many generations in the making.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of mentally reach out to Eliza.
Saying?
I'm gonna ask her if she has anything to do with this book.
Oh. Oh boy.
Words come to your head, not in Eliza's voice. Oft I wake from restless sleep, recalling dreams I hope to keep. They are not Eliza's words, but your own. Eliza does not respond.
Okay.
Yay!
So I'll probably just, after spending a little bit longer, just kind of winding down, just kind of kick back in my chair and just kind of pass out.
All these wonderful beds in this poor Minotaur's house, and y'all are gonna pass out in a library, in trees, in downstairs. Fine. But she gave her home to you? She offered you a hot stone massage?
I paid her very well.
Yeah, you did. It's true. Anyway,
You can sleep wherever you want.
that's everybody on their like solo missions, right? Did I miss anybody?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You wake up.
Oh, wait.
Day gets dressed, go downstairs to find her man passed out on a chair.
Yeah.
Volam is dead. She's dead. I killed her. Oops.
Oh, she fell out of the tree.
She fell out of the tree. She's dead.
Well,
She hit her head really hard.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm awake. I'm gonna look to see if my bird origami is still there.
Yeah, I was about to say. Samson's doing well. You put him in like prime position. He has wonderful feathers, reds and yellows. It's looking great.
Good. Good burp.
Good burb.
I'm gonna go to the tavern to get some food.
Yeah, you are. You hop out. You're fine. You land. It's perfect. It's wonderful. I give you a 10.
Yay!
Nathan, what's good? Are you done crying yet, like a little wuss?
I wake up, I gather myself, and I head over to that druid shop.
Oh, just straight over?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Azrivana, you are woken by Hello? Hello? Hello?
She kind of like wakes up and looks over.
You
Half
see,
asleep still.
you see a rather short human with a mess of like curly hair and dorky ass circle glasses. Hi, did you fall asleep here?
She just kind of sits
No.
up and is like, I didn't do it on purpose.
No, it's okay. I worry, and I don't get a lot of people sleep here. Usually, that's kind of my purview. But anyway, good reading, I hope.
Definitely.
He held out his hand. I'm Adrian Ravencrest. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Azrivana. Shakes his hand.
Oh, oh.
Oh.
Hi.
Look at the necromancy books around her.
Oh.
You know, there were signs. I mean, yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm gonna be over here. I'll see you later. Bye. He vanishes as quickly as he.
You scared?
Poor Azrivana.
Just sigh and it's like typical.
Oh.
Anyway, now that Azrivana's awake, what's going on, Dea, Osbin, Vola?
So Dea probably comes down and there's a bunch of paper scattered out
Yeah.
on the table, like 1 or 2 books, maybe a notebook, and the Book of Angels, like sitting off to the side.
She kind of just looks down, puts her hands on her hips, and kind of sighs. And she's gonna okay, she's gonna take this opportunity and just kind of like look at him while he's sleeping. Okay, give her a moment. She's just gonna kind of gently, kind of touch his eye patch and brushes his hair off his forehead. Osbin.
Morning, Dea.
Good morning. I told you to get sleep, but I was hoping you'd actually find a bed.
Honestly, this is some of the best sleep I've gotten in a while.
Well, that's good. Did you find out anything?
Right. Okay, so
Did you want something to eat first? I'm sorry. I should have just woken you up and said, "Hey, tell me everything that you just did last night."
no, it's okay. He kind of starts like gathering his papers, making it like more organized. And once he kind of tucks everything else away, he puts the Book of Angels center. So this is very old, and it has been passed through a lot of hands. It's, quite the culmination of magics. Essentially, it used to be a bestiary of sorts.
Bestiary. She sits across the table from him,
Yes, like a creature compendium.
kind of like what our friend
Oh, it's
Xanathos
Xanathos, right?
was-
Yes,
was
yes.
doing.
However, after it spent so much time, getting these magical transferences, it's become something different. Used more for hunting.
Hunting
I'm
what?
not sure what.
Hmm.
I have my guesses, of course, but
Right. Let me think. A tome, old, passed down, hunting something, and I found it in the church where Eliza was underneath. I have my ideas.
my thoughts exactly. But
We don't
from
know
what I
yet.
understand, it reveals more of itself the closer you get to the quarry.
Well, you've certainly got more out of it than I have the past God knows how long I've had it.
Yes, well, the best thing we can do now is just wait for more items to expose itself inside the book, kind of push it back towards Dea.
Right. I'll try to keep an eye on it. And of course, I'll let you know if anything pops up.
Please do.
She kind of gives the book a stern look before putting it away.
At this point, Vola enters.
Hello. I'm here to eat some food.
Morning, Bob.
Morning.
Nice.
You go up to the welcome desk, and you find the Minotaur woman up bright and early, and doing quite well.
Hello.
Greetings, young one.
I would like to eat some food.
Ah, you're in luck. Today's special is of the human variety.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Daya's face goes a
Like
little pale.
made of humans or made for?
Yes.
People.
I'm like,
We change our menu to be of a different race every week.
that seems kind of racist. Do you have any cheese?
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, we do not serve cheese for your free continental meal, but instead something quite more palatable. She actually hands you just a plate of the food that's ready.
All right.
It's pancakes.
Yes, I eat it.
Oh my god, Osmond's like, I'll be right back. Some
He's like,
pancakes.
make that too.
Okay, he goes and gets pancakes for both of them.
She
Oh yeah, no.
She explains to you, the first meal is free with your stay. Please enjoy. And she hands you like 2 plates of pancakes.
Thanks.
Nice.
I think this is the first meal Daya's had that's not a ration.
What'd you say, Vince?
Is there any maple syrup with it?
Of course. What am I, a monster?
That's-
Yes.
Some people just like
Don't
burn
don't
whipped
make don't make us answer that, DM. Don't make us answer that.
You know, some people like to put just like strawberries and fruits and stuff on top, so I don't know.
You can request it.
No, I want to smother that shit.
Oh my god, me too. Me too, me too, me too, me too, me too. Okay.
Maple syrup is what I want.
Alright. You have your pancakes.
Woo.
Azrivana, did you ever head back to the tavern? Not the tavern, the inn?
I guess she could.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Just like, what are you doing right now?
I guess she would head back to the tavern.
By this point, you do see them munching on pancakes.
Cool. I'm gonna just kind of sit.
Is Cyrus still passed out?
Is
No.
Cyrus Pilp? Okay, so you see
No.
pancakes as well.
I wasn't
Hell
sure.
yeah! No, I came down at some point, probably during your guys' conversation, to get food and saw that there were pancakes, and oh my god, Cyrus is so happy.
Did you want pancakes or something else?
I want pancakes.
Okay, good, because she gives you pancakes.
Finally, some actual fucking food.
Food everyone can agree on.
The Minotaur looks over to you, Azrivana. Might I interest you in some food?
Yes.
What would you like?
I'm okay with pancakes.
She hands you pancakes. Like,
Yay.
the stack is bigger than your head.
Azrivana has a grin. She is also going to smother that in maple syrup.
I like how this looks in my head.
Yeah, I do too.
Just everyone eating pancakes.
Except for Nathan, because he didn't want to come back.
Could
and
be
get
too
pancakes.
edgy.
Yeah.
Nathan's on a mission.
So before we get to your conversations, we're gonna.
I'm tempted to cast sending to tell Nathan there's pancakes.
Bitch, get over here, they're pancakes.
Pancakes are essential to any mission.
It's true. Anyway, for those out there, okay, yeah. So we're gonna jump to the terrible Irish accent. I mean, we're gonna jump to the greenhouse. Nathan.
That is me.
You make it to the little hobbit home. there isn't like a sign. There's like a little. Okay, no. There's a little wooden one. It's kind of faded that says the Urban Herbman.
Nathan chuckles at the name.
You find it.
I knock on the door.
What is it?
I was recommended to come here, and I find your shop interesting.
Someone You hear silence. And then you hear. You see a little halfling with a bum leg. And upon closer inspection, you can see that his leg is in fact made of wood. Living wood.
I am beaming at the leg, and then I look back up at it.
How may I help you?
First of all, I'm already a fan of the craftsmanship you've put into that.
Oh, thank you. It's getting a little stiff here in the winter months. He adjusts the leg ever so slightly on a whatever system he has connecting it to his actual leg.
I'd offer to help, but I feel like my capabilities are below what you can do.
You came for the garden.
What?
You came for the garden.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
He hobbles into the back. Yeah. He seems very eccentric.
Okay.
You see, he leads you into the back. The house is a lot taller than you would expect it to. You can't quite stand up all the way, but it's taller than you would think for being built into a mountain.
Okay.
It's very immediate. You turn a corner and you see this really amazing greenhouse. There's not a lot of plants, but there's different varieties. You even see a tree down towards the end where you can only imagine is what Vola was interested in. This is probably why I should tell you about the other plants.
Mm-hmm.
You walk down. He leads you down. You see some spider bloom. You see that are of course built into some spider web. You see a bubble lily or two emitting the tiny little bubbles that puff and a wonderful aroma comes out of them. Even in the back behind the tree of ironbark, you see several wooden legs growing up.
Nice.
Where the heel is facing the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It seems he grows his feet.
Okay.
But upon that, you see phantom flowers, brineweed, snowbells, a lot of really interesting and rare plants. So what do you think?
This is amazing. This is beyond anything I would have thought.
He looks
How?
very pleased with himself. I'm sorry.
How did you do this? This is beyond anything I can even imagine doing.
A lot of time collecting, my boy. Ooh, especially this one. He goes over to the spider bloom. The spider bloom, roll nature.
The druid rolls nature.
Come on, Druid. Believe in you.
Ooh. 22.
The spider
There
bloom you
you go,
notice
nature
grew.
boy.
The spider bloom you notice grew more inland. Often, the spider bloom and actual spiders hold kind of a symbiotic relationship. The spider bloom holds on to the webbing they create, forms some really beautiful patterns inside the petals, but often there are spiders just crawling all inside it, so you never touch the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he has it growing in a really well-contained little box. This stuff has been very difficult to track down, especially this one over here. He points over to the ironbark tree, actually. Often I make a few deals with the people over in Foul. I'm not used to this place's tongue quite yet. The capital. I get a pretty penny off with every few years.
Hang on, let me pull up the map. Map.
That was a scream.
Why is there screaming?
Why is there screaming?
Who's being brutally murdered?
Who's being brutally murdered?
Whoever's screaming.
Sound off. Who all's here?
Sound off. Who's dead?
Surprise.
The folder none?
Yeah, Falternon.
Yeah. Okay. I would imagine so. This is. Do you mind if I take some notes? I've been, being more toward the nature persuasion myself. I've been trying to learn about different plants along the way.
Okay. An elf, I see.
Half elf.
All right. There's some very interesting fauna over by the ocean. This accent's going real south real fast.
And Nathan kind of like froze his brow for a second, and he's like, "Yeah, I have to tell people about that. How'd you pick up on that bit?"
I travel. Use as much legwork as I can. He points to his collection of feet growing out of the ground.
Like work.
Yeah,
Hey.
I want to get to those in a bit. But yeah,
Never skip leg day.
Never skip.
yeah, I found a lot of different really awesome creatures over there. No place like home, but the more inland I go, the more I realize how true that is.
I understand. I was born over in Skyhold over with the dwarves. So being on solid grounds, hard sometimes.
I imagine so. But you seem to be adapting well, at least.
I try. Make it feel as much like home as I can. In the mountain.
Yeah.
We try.
Still admirable, though.
Well, thank you.
Um,
Is there anything I
so,
can help you with?
There's one plant in particular that I don't know if you could help me understand, but I can't seem to find anything solid about it at all. It's a black tree that emits no life. In fact, it feeds off of it. And I was wondering if you knew anything about that, or possibly if it has to pollinate or not, or if it just sustains off of death.
Oh, the Negroa.
Yeah, the Negroa.
It's funny. I had a customer in here the other day asking about the same tree. There's some orcish girl.
Oh, you mean Vola? Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
Mine too. She helped me get a shipment in from outside. It was too small to carry.
Oh, well.
Give her my best.
She's a nice person. Definitely one of my favorite people.
Oh, but
so
the tree.
Yes.
Fuck, I hate this fucking accent when I do this. So. I'm gonna kill off the gnome just so I don't have to deal with him.
You did this to yourself.
I did this to myself. I gotta commit. So
You made your bed, now lie in it.
I'm intimidated. So, there isn't much I can really tell you about the tree, except that it only really exists in, well, legend. I haven't seen one to myself. I have no reason to believe there's one, and frankly, there aren't many books talking about it. Here in the Janusaar, I don't know exactly where you're from, but here in the Janusaar, it's often in different, unrelated legends from different parts of the globe. I kind of just thought it was a quirk, like dragons.
Hmm. Okay, well, two things. One, can you tell me about the legend? And two, if it pollinates, is there a way you would be able to detect that?
Well, like I said, it's different legends. There isn't a concrete. No one knows where it came from. It's interesting because different storytellers that didn't know each other have been writing about the same black trees that feed off of death. It's very quite interesting, but nothing concrete. I've never seen one in my life. I have no reason to believe that they actually exist. As far as pollination goes, they follow the stench of death. As far as pollination goes, well, that would be, frankly, quite terrifying.
Yeah.
I need to board up the shop.
Yeah, hence why I didn't want to risk staying too long. Is there a way that you would be able to see if such a pollen would be hanging on someone
Well,
or on any of their items?
hypothetically, a spell of lesser restorations do the trick. Hypothetically,
Okay.
of course, that works with most other fauna.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you.
Of course, drop by any time.
I absolutely will. Like, that's a certainty. What was your name again?
No one asked his name before.
Bulleted.
I am Herman.
Herman.
Herman, the urban.
God.
Yeah.
Nathan.
Well, ask his name because I made that same joke. Herman,
Yeah.
the urban.
Don't ask for my last name if you don't want to be really confused.
I think I'm good with first name.
It's Marmon.
Oh, God.
Nathan is so wide.
Oh my
He is-
god.
Herman Urban, the urban.
Amazing.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit. Yeah. Nathan just screams wide. He's like, that's
That's
quite
a
a
name.
mouthful. But catchy, I will say.
A friend of mine thought it'd be a good way to drag in some business. He was wrong.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably right. Well,
Bastard.
I'll be sure to drop by again.
Now, call us anytime.
Thank you for the information you've given. It's actually helped clear up a few things for me.
Aye.
Okay. Have a good day, and I make my way out.
Goodbye. You hear nothing more. Goodbye.
And I make my way over to the inn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I survived. We're going to
Applaud,
take a
applaud.
quick break.
Sounds good.
That was good.
Great.
Quick. 10 minutes. We'll be back. What up? We are back.
Yay!
Okay, I believe we just finished. Herman Merman, the urban.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
10 out of 10.
All right. So we are now back at the pancake party.
Mm-hmm.
What is
That's-
going on at the pancake party?
We're eating our pancakes.
You're
yeah.
eating your
Yeah,
pancakes.
we're
But what?
stuffing our face with
My
pancakes.
I'm also gonna take my napkins and I'm gonna be showing off my cool bag of folding and I'm gonna drop a napkin in and say that I can do whatever and then like pull it out and be like, "Whew."
She made
Nice.
an oh god, eyeball, lots of tentacles.
Octopus?
No,
Oh, beholder!
beholder. She made a beholder.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Sweet.
An octopus would be better. Anyway, yeah, she made a rad ass napkin beholder. Defying the laws of physics. It's tiny because she had to fold it all into itself, but it's made.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. What is next on the agenda? Any roleplay that wants to happen?
No, I mean we just gotta.
As soon as Nathan gets back, I think we just gotta like work on the schedule, like
Yeah. Our
Yeah.
timeline.
timeline. Yeah,
Work on the schedule.
the timeline.
Okay.
The timeline of where we were, so Azrivana has to figure it.
So,
I'm gonna check out my bag of holding.
okay.
Hope to God it's
See if
bad
it's
holding.
actually a bag of holding.
What? So, what do you do with the bag of holding?
Well, I don't have a spell to identify it, but I'm gonna like check on my stuff.
I do.
Okay, so you reach in. What did you put in there? Your like your satchel and like all your base things.
Yeah.
You reach out and you find the skull. It smells really bad.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, I know what this is.
You have a bag of molding.
Yup.
Oh man.
Oh no! I gotta get all my stuff out. I get it all out.
Oh God!
You pull out your bags and your
Wait, I
books.
do it away. I do
There's-
it away.
Oh whoa, not. Wait,
It's
she's
gonna, like-
back at the end, right?
She's back at the end, and
Yeah.
she realizes what it is, and then is gonna take it all away from where everybody is eating.
Okay,
Go upstairs and dump everything out.
You tell me everything is just like covered in mold at this point. It's in some cases it's actually hard to get it like the flap that opens your bag because there's so much mold.
No.
Oh no.
Oh,
You
shit.
you
book.
scrape it
I
away.
spelled it.
You scrape it away. It doesn't seem to actually have damaged anything. It just seems to be very unpleasant.
Gross.
You okay over there, Azrivana?
In the corner, like, why? Why?
Hmm. Here, Daya's gonna pick up some of the empty plates. Has anyone finished? I'll try to clean off the table.
I'm probably done. So I'm going to hand Daya my plate, and I'm going to be like, thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else?
I'm good. And I'll walk my plate up.
Okay. Daya takes the plates and takes them over to wherever it seems like a kitchen would be.
Duota finds you first.
Okay, good.
I hope you enjoyed.
They were delicious. Thank you so much.
She takes the plates from the two of you and disappears back behind the welcome desk.
Okay, so Daya makes her way back and sits next to Osmond.
And now we wait for Nathan to get back.
Nathan is back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was just about to say it.
Yeah. What's up, guys? How's it going?
You missed pancakes.
Pretty
Yeah, you missed pancakes. They were pretty good, Nathan.
Fuck!
It's funny how he hasn't considered just going up and asking for pancakes.
Shh. Don't say anything.
good. We want to see the struggle.
Well, I mean, I have rations anyway. I'll be fine.
No, Nathan, we just finished. I'm sure there's plenty of pancakes left.
Oh, I thought you guys made okay. And then I go up over to the desk.
Do you
Horrible.
ring? So I imagine you like ring the bell.
Yeah.
Ding a ding a ding. The minute the Duota appears, how can I help you?
Hi. Sorry to bother you. I heard that there were pancakes.
Unless you would like something else on the menu.
No, the pancakes are lovely. They remind me of home.
I'm afraid we are out of that.
No.
Nathan just stands there staring for a few seconds.
The problem is we always measure our supplies based off who is spending the night in one of our rooms.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Nathan just stares for a few seconds and then silently turns around and walks back to the table and sits without a word.
No.
You monster!
He should have slept in his bed.
It was
God,
so
Nathan
sad.
doesn't get a break.
I know.
Alright.
It was so sad.
How was I 8 feet? Because I also slept in a tree.
Yeah.
Maybe she just likes you more.
Well, okay, we had one extra person. You know, we have pretty much
That's
like
true.
the rooms for everyone
The
except
person
for...
that you are
Nathan's
making up for is
pancakes.
eating. The person you
Basically,
basically Azrivana took his place.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So I like sit down and silently pull out rations and start eating.
Wait,
Oh,
Aw.
wait. I'm gonna say when Azrivana had the realization of her bag of molding, she didn't finish all of her pancakes.
That is fair. There are probably like a half stack of pancakes left.
So Azrivana is gonna go over and slide the plate over to Nathan.
Oh,
She smells disgusting.
Enjoy the pancakes. And I'm gonna go sit back in my corner and pout.
oh, your moldy corner.
My moldy corner!
Are you doing like the anime thing where you grow mushrooms?
Yes.
You're so
please.
moldy.
Pretty much.
okay. And so I put my rations back there. I already have like a bite out of them, and I start finishing the pancakes.
Yum.
Yum.
You have eaten the pancakes.
So, do we want to do the timeline as a whole first, or do we want to?
Yes, and I pull out my papers.
Oh, jeez.
Oh lord. All of us prepared.
Yes, I do believe that if we all have somewhat make sure all our stories are aligned and no room for
Error.
Tell me
yeah,
what to draw.
discrepancy.
Yes. Here's kind of my own personal timeline. I pull out of my bag. I imagine it's like freaking thick ass, just like more sheets of paper than it needs to be.
Yep.
It's a tome.
It's
Dan's
like
eyes
it's like a
are
whole book.
Osmond written a memoir.
Osmond wrote a whole novel in one night.
I might have gone overboard. It's been a while since I wrote.
And now I've written
Anything,
my
really.
memoir in red ink.
Red ink! Dang it! I understood that reference.
Thank you.
I did too. Oh my
Rip.
god. It's like, rip, exactly.
Yeah, I might have gone a little over them. It's been a while since I've wrote anything really. You can put it down.
It's funny, his writing is actually beautiful. He describes everything perfectly.
You just what?
Maybe he describes everything perfectly, maybe too perfectly.
Huh.
He takes like a page to describe each of you.
Well, damn.
I want to know what his description of me is.
What is
Yeah.
your description? What is
Oh,
your
yeah,
description
no.
of? Please tell me you're not asking for a whole page description of you right here, right
No.
now.
Oh, good
No,
lord.
Because I will do it.
Oh my god.
Is that a fucking dare?
Hey,
I don't
Julian.
know, is it?
Julian,
Yeah.
where's that fucking high school AU that I asked for back in fucking September?
Oh.
I was dealing with my school shit.
It's what I was
Real
gonna-
life did get in the way for that one. Real life did get in the way of that one. That one's a true.
That's fair. But you were like, I will do it, and I was like, oh okay.
I will do it. Tell you what, when I get off for Christmas.
Okay.
Anywho, back to actual things. Yeah. How do you describe her?
Um,
Okay, what are your opinions of her, and I'll do it for you.
Okay. Osmond likes her. He has no reason not to. I mean, he hasn't really had much interaction with, but she likes trees and she likes to draw things.
His description is that of kind of a neutral expression. He writes about the powerful warrior Vola who fears not of any enemy that she faces, but instead chooses to fell it through sheer willpower alone, easily boasting the greatest swords work of anyone of the party. He is truly pleased to be traveling with you.
I definitely mentioned the trees in the drawings too.
And he mentions the trees in the drawings too.
Hell yeah. Those are like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's like part of it. Like,
I mean, you can't talk about Vola without talking about trees and drawing.
That's
Like,
true.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Nice. I like it. It's good.
Thank you.
When I become a hero, you should write my biography.
Nice.
Maybe I will.
This is quite impressive.
I do a lot of writing. I have done a lot of writing in the past. Kind of lost the time to do so, but last night was a good chance.
What's next?
Well, seeing as mine, Nathan, and Vola's are all connected, I shove the few papers I'm sure I used for mine.
Each of your timelines
Mine's probably only a couple pages.
is
There's a lot I'm leaving out.
from varying lengths. Your timelines do seem to match up quite well. There are there's some blank spots in, like, I'm just to save time. There's some obvious blank spots in the meeting of Eliza, in which you each just kind of describe it as a blur or omit it altogether. Try choosing your words pretty carefully to make sure that you don't reveal anything, but you try and swing it to where you're not hiding anything either.
Yeah.
That's pretty well done.
There's no reason to arrest us.
So we're gonna hope.
A new hope. Murder
Does
you?
anyone have any spare paper? I should start writing mine sometime soon.
I pull out some paper.
She pulls out paper. Maybe too much paper.
Well, thank you.
Paper is my thing.
Origami paper.
Yes, it may or may not be folded.
She hands you a piece of paper in the form of a rabbit.
Nice.
She even, like, bends it a little bit so it has a little bounce on its own after leaving her hands.
So cute.
Oh, I feel bad for taking it apart.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's its dream to be written on.
Okay,
Yay.
so Dea starts writing her timeline on there.
You match it up pretty good, too. You see everybody's various works, and you kind of model it after it. Skimming through Osmond's as much as you can. They match it pretty well.
I'm guessing I noticed the things he's left out that I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably want to, like, not mention home.
You each have 1 day remaining until the trial.
Well, shit. Okay, I think I got mine. Hopefully, this will suffice.
I want to lay out the whole huge timeline of all of us laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, is this good? Is that little pictures in it and stuff too?
Yeah, of course. In my mind, you probably have little doodles set up anyway, ready for this exact purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In fact, you probably have some that you used your origami for.
Huh?
In fact, you probably have some that you've, like, used your origami bag for.
Yes.
Folded them into little people.
Yes.
Live action, like little figurines.
Some Leica shit.
Yes.
Nice.
It has to be very convincing.
It's okay. It's pretty convincing.
Okay.
All the timelines match up pretty well. You get the sense that you probably aren't Again, it doesn't really seem like you're hiding anything, but it doesn't seem like you're. I mean, okay. You have each tried to construct the alibi in a way that you are trying to say as much as you can and make it seem like you're not hiding anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best it's going to get.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a set timeline. Everybody knows the story. We could probably just bring this with us. But everybody needs to look at this, study it, memorize it, so we all tell the same story.
That seems like it could be kind of sketchy, though, because no one remembers things the same way.
That's very true.
Just
Like, I imagine I remember early Sai being a complete dickhead, whereas Sai thinks he's the most charismatic fucker of all time.
Azrivana, roll intelligence.
Oh no.
Okay.
you know what I mean. Same basic storyline.
16.
They probably won't allow them to bring a giant sheet of paper and recite off anything in the court of Egregore. They'll probably all talk at the same time. Especially with how rushed things have been lately. Everyone telling the story together will probably suffice.
I'll share that thought.
So then we don't necessarily need a manuscript. We just all need to understand that, certain details are important.
Yes.
Also, I figured out one piece of information that is, I think, very important. They're thinking that these trees originate from Azrivana, but the legend extends far back beyond her lifespan and also are all across the globe.
Mhm.
And people in different parts of the globe are telling similar stories. So there's no way that she could have made all of these trees.
True.
There's that.
Cool. Is that all you guys wish to do here?
I want to go to that magic shop that Adrian mentioned.
Oh, the Codicatorium?
Yeah.
All right. You head over there. Are you alone heading over there?
I say to the group, all right, since we have this figured out, I'm gonna go check out the shop. And if you want to join, yeah.
Sure, I'll go.
Sure. Might as
You
well.
told me you wanted to look at it, even though I don't know why.
So is
Is
everyone going?
everybody going? Is
Yeah.
everybody going on this field trip?
Sounds
Adventure.
like it.
Neato.
All right, fine.
So you make your way downtown, actually eerily close to the Red Imp.
Making our way downtown. Walking
Eerily
fast.
close to the Red Imp.
Pass.
I swear to fucking God.
And I'm home bound.
We're gonna take a break. We'll see you guys in like 2 months.
Thank you.
It had to be you. Why it had to be you?
Why do you think it had to be me?
Not you, her.
Oh,
She was the one that surprised me.
I couldn't help myself, man.
My God. Anyway,
I think we made that joke multiple times on this
it
campaign.
looks more like a museum than a magic shop. Yeah, it's very grand, very large. And it's hard to make out exactly what's going on inside from where you are.
When we walk in, I want to instantly go, Steve, where's the Steve?
You walk in. to a very fancy looking establishment. You see a bunch of different items floating around, darting back and forth towards the back. It looks cordoned off behind a large pane of glass, and a few pedestals are right in front of. 3 pedestals are right in front of you. Holding a carpet, like floating above it, is a carpet that it looks wonderful with its stitching and style. A circlet that's beautiful with a wonderful ruby gem inlaid into the top of it. And a masterfully crafted decanter. There is a man made of gems, a shard mind, standing behind all of these things. Greetings, travelers. How may I assist you?
Whoa.
Hi.
There is no mouth, but instead you hear the words echo in the back of your head.
Ooh, Dea is unsettled by this feeling. She does not like it.
How
Cyrus is not.
Yeah, Bull's just like, how are you in my brain? I don't understand.
Lovely tourists. Welcome to the Codicatorium, home of all things magical and greater. Is there anything here that sparks your fancy?
What is the rug?
The rug, my friend, is a carpet of flying. We have had many bidders on it thus far, and if you would like to place a bid, I believe it ends in about a week's time.
What's the current bid?
Enough people have bid on it according to Saberhagen laws. The next bid is the winning one. So it's more of a buyout at this point. At 50,000 gold pieces.
Ouch.
By
Good luck with that.
He eyes you guys up and down. I understand, according to tourists, you would not simply understand the intricacies of the Saberhagen market, but I assure you, each of these items is well made and will suit you well in your travels.
I walk up to this being and I just say, is there anything more attuned to... I'm assuming you can sense one's power. Anything that would be suited for me or my friends.
Your racially charged comment makes no effect on me. I have very little care for travelers.
Racially charged what?
Because I can talk to you telepathically does not mean I can sense everything about you. Please do some research before making such assumptions.
I was more saying it as you seem like a more powerful mage, but I'm sorry.
Dear sir, I've been hired to keep the contents of the auction under safeguard. I cannot be charmed. The 3 things that you see before you are currently up for bid. If nothing interests you, I suppose, then you have no business here.
What's the circlet?
The circlet is a circlet of blasting, and the decanter of endless water. Admittedly, they are not selling for as much as Lord Salem might have initially thought, but they are here nonetheless for 1 more week.
And the current bids on those?
500 gold for the circlet of blasting, and 300 for the decanter.
Right.
Well, then this was fun.
If it helps, I might interest you in the backstories of such items.
Oh.
Though there is little to say, if anything, it will allow you to know just how well made each of these items are.
What is the decanter?
The decanter comes from the elves in the northern coast. Made in such a fashion, soaked for 2 years in the bottom of the endless well. Made by a legendary craftsman, Marta Dawnweaver. The decanter itself is made by a master's hands. It would seldom break should you toss it from the highest cliff. It is doubtedly a very useful item, particularly if one is to make a long travel through the desert. You mustn't worry of water. The circlet itself is an exquisite piece of an ex-princess of the Faldranon royalty. While I cannot disclose which princess it is, I can tell you that it is quite powerful, and a latent magical energy has built up in it such that, on a whim, one might cause an item in front of them to meet an unsavory end. Perfect for vengeance, for anything really, should you not want to get your hands dirty.
Jay's gonna take a step away from whatever the heck that is.
Feel free to peruse the items at your leisure. My name is Kuya, should you need. All you need is reach out. He walks away, tending to various other items in his storage.
Daya's gonna peruse a little bit, see if anything catches her eye.
There are no other items for you to look at.
Okay, so it's
all you see are like the rapid movement of various items in the back, which must be like their storage. You see like various magic rocks, orbs, cloaks, boots, all things that are probably very potently enchanted.
Okay.
So why are we here? Is there something we're looking for?
This is kind of boring.
Can
I
you look for an actual bag of holding?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna look for an actual bag of holding.
This isn't a magic shop in the traditional sense, because magic items are a lot, especially in your reading, magic items are a lot more attainable in some of the locals in Saberhagen, so there are not like designated shops.
This is more of an auction shop.
It's more of an auction/museum sort of deal. You'll have a hard time finding actual magic shops here.
Well, I suppose at least it's good to know this place exists. Should we ever find ourselves wanting a magic rug that we can't afford?
Or, find ourselves being able to afford a flying carpet?
Guys, I don't get the problem. It's 50,000 gold.
What about that decanter again? I kind of like spaced it.
A decanter of endless water.
Endless water?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird. Decanters are
For like 300 gold, then?
Yeah, 300 gold.
I mean, sometimes people store like fancy waters in decanters, and especially if it's elven.
If
Sure.
sorry, there is a description of such items below it.
I'm gonna go read it.
This stoppered flask sloshes when shaken, as if it contains water. The decanter weighs 2 pounds. You can use an action to remove the stopper and speak one of the 3 command words, whereupon an amount of fresh water or salt water, your choice, pours out of the flask. The water stops pouring out at the start of your next turn, and you can choose a stream, which produces 1 gallon of water. A fountain produces 5 gallons of water, and geyser produces 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser, 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. As a bonus action, while holding the decanter, you can aim the geyser at a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. Instead of a creature, you can target an object that isn't being worn or carried and that weighs no more than 200 pounds. The object is either knocked over or pushed up to 15 feet away from you.
Could I, like, launch myself up with it?
Theoretically.
So 300 gold, huh?
300 gold.
I'm gonna get it.
Kuya senses the want. He appears out of
been
nowhere.
I've been saving, so I'm sitting on over 300 gold right now.
Jesus.
Kuya appears out of nowhere. Is it possible the lady is interested in the decanter?
Perhaps.
300 gold pieces, and it is all yours for the buyout.
I'm gonna snatch it.
She wants to snatch it. Yes, then. 300 gold pieces.
I gave him 300 gold.
He takes a moment. A low pink light surfaces the little satchel that you gave him. Very well. Your charge has been confirmed. He hands you the decanter and like a rope that's supposed to strap to like behind your back or something.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much for shopping. Check back in 1 week. Our stock changes every time.
Well, so do I have it now?
You do it. It's actually, I'm a dumbass. It's small. It's like this little thing you can like put in a bag. Like the kind of thing you keep like scotch in.
Ooh.
I have a thingy.
I just had to Google it to see what it looked like, and I'm like, okay, now I know what it is.
I'm right, yeah? It's like a thing to put scotch in, like that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You put red wine in it to let it breathe. I work in a wine store.
Hey, there you go.
Can you put a human in it to let it breathe?
I don't think it's quite big enough unless you have a really, really tiny, shrunken human.
Hi, Ari.
I'm not a tiny shrunken human.
Prove it. Anyway.
I can't.
As she buys it,
I can't.
Nathan is just eyeing the decanter with like a very conflicted look.
I don't suppose I could interest any of you in the circlet of blasting here, as the carpet seems to be a tiny bit out of your purview.
No thanks. I prefer to do the dirty work myself.
He eyes you up and down, clearly.
I don't have nearly enough gold for that, although it is a lovely item, I will say.
Quite right.
Thank you for your time. I
Such
think
as
I'll
it
be
is.
heading out.
Such as it is. Please remember to visit us every week. Our stock does change. And perhaps there might be something more, he looks to you, Nathan, available to your prices. Enjoy your stay at Saberhagen.
Of course. Have a good day.
Dea makes her way out.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Nathan heads out and just starts wandering.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
So, is there anything else we think we should be doing to prepare for this, or? I mean, I don't know.
I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah.
We've got our timeline straight.
Didn't one of you say something about the potion shop?
I did. I mentioned the potion shop the other day.
Yeah.
did-
Sorry, I was just reminding.
Yeah.
So we have our timeline straight. When we're on trial, I will request to speak with Azrivana skeletons. We all understand that the trees have a further history than Azrivana's lifespan. I can't really see anything else that's going to help us.
That's true. They already took Xanathos, so hopefully he will be able to say some stuff on our behalf.
Indeed.
All right. So then we wait.
We're gonna treat the next, unless something like happens, for the next 2 days, because that's how much you have left, like this day and then tomorrow. What do you guys want to accomplish in these next 48 hours? Like,
I
period.
want to draw some intricate sketches of the entire timeline.
Okay, yeah, so like help your case, like show like this is what happened.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's gonna be your task. Any stores you want to visit? Any people you want to talk to leading up to this?
I'm looking at the potion list real quick, and I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, okay.
I would probably just I would probably end up spending a little bit of time at the Red Imp, just hanging out,
Just hanging
enjoying
out.
the singing,
Yeah.
and flirting with Davian a little bit. That we don't have to go into that. And then spend as much time as I could the next morning just practicing my story.
Okay. Azrivana, is there anything else you wish to do this next few days?
Do some more research on those trees.
Okay.
And also, how do they execute people?
Oh,
Oh, you would have found that out
Oh,
by
yeah.
now.
Yeah, I
You're.
need to know.
You do. Actually, no. We'll let you figure that one out.
no.
Oh no.
I need to know.
You need to know. Yay or nay on going to a shop, Osmond?
Can you show?
Yeah, actually, I do want potion shop.
Where's the push shop? Dan?
I'll go with Osmond.
Of course you will. Okay.
Yeah.
Nathan.
Big shocker.
Nathan will probably just follow Dan Osmond absent-mindedly.
Ah, chaperone.
Oh.
The child is the chaperone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, family shopping adventure!
Do it like change. Shopping adventure, fuck you. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start? We'll save the shopping for last. Vola, why don't you go ahead and do, make a performance check for me?
Okay.
Azrivana, where are you going to start your investigation of the trees? Where are you going to start your investigation of how they execute people?
That's a good question. I'm trying to figure out where the best place to be. I guess I'd go back to the library.
To the library. Okay. What'd you roll, Vola?
Do you want a performance check or my drawing check?
Your drawing check.
Okay. Because those are very different.
Yeah.
So 14.
You make some pretty, they're not terribly, it's not your masterwork, but you're having to burn through some pictures here.
Nice.
You make a pretty decent storyboard, not unlike the kind that you see, in a film.
Nice.
You make some pretty decent storyboard, and you're pretty happy with it. You think you could tell the story quite well.
Nice. Okay.
Azrivana, why don't you roll investigation for me? And actually, before you do that, you enter the library, and Adrian's right there if you wanted to ask him.
I'll ask him.
Okay. How do you ask him?
I'm gonna walk up and be like, so, when someone's put on the death penalty, how exactly do they kill the person?
He stares at you for just half a second with his mouth wide open, what? I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
Do they behead people? Do they poison them?
That's a bit of an unsavory topic. I love it. I think we do have a history of torment, of torture that the town. That's probably not a great one for a traveler to read and tell the world about. We have actually, if I don't, I think I have. They just killed my best friend.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Oh my god!
Okay, best friend's a bit of a stretch. I apologize. Anyway, it was some guy I didn't know. But he was really nice, and I liked him a lot, and he was pretty cool. I think his name was Tim, Gerard. I don't remember. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. You look startled. No, that's not me. I don't actually know what their preferred method is right now. Typically, we don't really see it like they used to, during the witch hunts. Actually, I think I would direct... Wait a minute. Is it burned alive? It might be burned alive.
Burned alive?
Probably burned alive. Either that, or they slowly assimilate you with whatever matrix surrounds the town to keep it safe. I
Alright.
think. There is a book way in the back you could probably find. It's called 100 Different Torture Methods and Ones That Are Current. Have fun.
I shall. And she just kind of goes and looks at the book.
He killed my best friend.
Yep.
Okay, anyway.
No.
What?
Can relate.
That guy was really chill about that.
Can relate. Azrivana can relate.
Boy, that is concerning.
Oh boy.
You find it. It seems they do favor draining the magic from an individual, and then just purification by fire. So he was half right, and it does word it as not burned at the stake. It words it as purification by fire.
It sounds like freaking Salem witch trials. Jesus.
Well, isn't it Lord Salem in charge of this place?
Yeah,
He
right?
is. He is. There's also a Lake Salem.
Oh.
Startling parallels.
She is a witch. She turned me into a newt. I got better.
I got better.
I got better.
Oh god.
Azrivana's gonna roll her eyes and say, typical.
Typical. Been there, done that. Next up, we got Alcahest.
Wait, one more side comment.
Yes.
Can these people get original and come up with new ways to purge people?
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Well.
I mean,
She's a
there
little
is a
bitter.
book about a lot of different variants that were used on the idea. Like, there was the classic guillotine. There was waterboarding via magic. They got creative. It just, I guess, just the classics will do here.
Yeah. She's kind of annoyed.
I love how thoroughly
She's not terrified. She's just irritated.
What'd you say, Vola?
Classic Azrivana.
What'd you say, Vola?
I love how thoroughly, like, just irritated and unamused she is with their forms of torture.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is so last century.
This is so last century.
They kill them to get creative with the killing. What the heck?
Okay.
Love them, but
Alcahest.
they don't even make it fun.
Don't even make it fun. Okie dokie. Alcahest.
Family shopping dress.
So, because you've all but Nathan have been here, like, of this group, I think.
Yes.
So you find the usual, the rundown shop. I'll describe it again for you, Nathan. Sits just off the main road to Saberhagen, a large, dilapidated house with dark shingles and an aging wood that smells like rotting juniper. The inside is dark and somewhat run down. The floorboards creak and the shelves sit sideways, and a little tabletop sits towards the back, serving as what you can guess is like a counter, where a couple empty potion bottles sit. And while the store seems disorganized, concoctions are neatly sorted by color: red, blue, orange, yellow, purple, and green. Do we all have the shopping list? Trying to resend it.
Yeah, we have.
I think it's in the
Yeah,
chat.
it's up.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a little ways in Discord chat.
I'll put it here just so you guys can.
Little see.
Cool.
Some lists.
So is the Kenku around?
You don't see him,
Okay.
but you do hear
Is-
like a scratching.
Okay. Is there prices listed just like below the potions at all?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Oh wait, no, they're not. I lied.
Oh.
You do look around, and you hear it. You see a Kenku, Nathan,
Okay.
who stares in like an alchemist's robe with a couple like potion bottles strapped to his waist and a hood over his head.
Oh. Hello there. But you wouldn't have anything pertaining to life magics or nature magics, would you?
He pulls out his shopping list, like all the potions listed.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I'll take a look at this.
I'm just gonna lean over and be like, Nathan, I didn't know you could speak bird.
Oh, are you here too?
I'm sure I just followed you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just
okay.
followed you.
So I'm gonna walk over to the king coop and pull out a pen and paper. I'm like, can you write?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. What's your name? And I hand him the pen and paper.
He takes the pen. He's not entirely sure what to do with it. He makes a couple lines. He draws a doofy face of Nathan.
I take it back. Here you go, Nathan. I think this is for you.
Okay.
He gets your nose right.
Well, that's all that matters.
What did you say, Julian?
He gets your nose right.
Okay.
Then after perusing around,
What'd you say?
so we don't know what like the prices of any of these things are.
No. You can ask him.
So after perusing around for a while, get his attention and point to the soul water. How much is it for this?
The soul water.
Yes.
He he pulls out a few slips of paper from his sleeves, with single digits written on them, and he brings out 3 and holds them in his hand, spelling out 40 GP.
So 40 gold pieces.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'd also like to ask the same for both of the healing potions, greater and normal.
Normal is 50, greater is 100.
And then how about the oh god, where'd it go? I was just looking at it. The fuck, where is it? The dose of desperation.
The dose of desperation. 280 GP.
Jeez.
Pricey. Alright.
That is a nice spell, though.
It
Or
is
nice
it is very
potion.
good.
Hearing this, he looks at you. And like puts his beak, his really large beak, like right on your shoulder. Sure. It seems like he's trying to tell you something, Dan.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, what is he kind of looking at?
He's looking at
Or,
you. He's pointing to himself. Sure.
Hello. I remember you. Is there something I can do for you? Or
It seems like he's trying to say hello.
oh, hello. She gives him a big smile.
And
Say,
from what you can gather, his name is Mixer.
Mixer. It's lovely to meet you. You have quite a collection here.
He looks very excited to just be around his potions.
How much for the truth? The bottle of the Zone of Truth.
300 gold pieces.
All right. Yep.
I can cast that spell, don't worry about it.
Awesome. Okay. What about the chameleon serum?
230 gold pieces.
Shit. When she hears that, she kind of mumbles like shit in an infernal under her breath. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, wait, look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
Aha!
Awesome.
Nice.
That is really nice.
It looks prettier in my notes.
Well, hey, this still looks very pretty. I will take a potion of healing.
He holds out like a hand and he like signals the number 1.
Yes, 1 potion. Right. And she hands him the proper amount of gold.
And he hands you the potion. It's a nice little vial. It's very pretty. He clearly takes pride in the work he makes. Like a nice little stopper and more than you usually see out of a regular potion.
This is lovely. Thank you so much. Do you see anything, Austin?
I have my eye on a couple of things. How about you, Nathan? Bola?
I'm just like, I'm gonna like look at something and I'm just gonna be like, I'm probably just gonna poke whatever is like kind of shiny and funky shaped.
Whatever potion is like shiny and funky shaped.
Yeah, just a big bottle.
You let me see. Okay. You spy a potion, very orange and very shiny. It's in a round bottle, like a much bigger and rounder potion bottle that you've come to expect. It looks just like a normal, like, sunny liquid.
Ooh.
And when you look down at the writing, you see Alchemist's Fire.
Oh.
I'm gonna point at it. I'll be like, "What's this?"
He goes over, he tries to like take it out of your hand, and he like gently puts it back on the shelf. He scolds you. Careful,
Am
it seems
I-
to say.
Oh. I'm sorry.
He like puts his beak on your shoulder.
Oh. Okay.
And he walks away.
Okay.
He actually comes back with a where is that? With a little green vial.
I wanna put out my hand and take it from him.
On the label it says Berserking Potion.
Ooh. I wanna pick it up.
Yeah. This potion gives you the benefits of Berserk as if you're a barbarian
Ooh.
for 2 hours.
I'll be like, cool.
Oof, that is a lot of gold.
You see it is worth 230 gold pieces.
Oh.
But
Never mind.
there is the potion of Fire Giant Strength, which is like half the price.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you like
Oh,
super
yeah.
high strength.
I'm sorry.
How many soul waters do you have left?
Hold on. He places his beak again, like on your shoulder, indicating that it's okay. What were you asking, Nathan?
How many soul waters do you have left?
He like counting on his fingers, like slowly. He points 5.
I'll take one of those.
He gets behind the counter. Waiting for the money.
I place it down.
He hands you the potion.
Thank you. This place is really cool.
Alright, and then I will pick up a potion of greater healing and 2 of the soul waters.
He takes out like an abacus. And he looks at you like, I hope you know how much money that means.
Yep. 180.
Whoop. He takes the money. Hands you your shit. In a nice little bag. Little satchel.
Alright. Well, unless anyone else wants to... We're good.
I think this is perfect.
Yeah, my money's all spent.
Thank you so much for your time.
Have a good one, and I head out.
You have left Alcahest.
Bye.
As we're leaving, I turn to Osmond and I say, "Hey, you know that theory I brought up this morning? Or
Yes.
or I guess, actually, I don't know if I brought this up with you. You know the how I carried that twig and it started spreading the trees?
Yes.
So since it seems to be following us, I thought possibly I might be carrying some pollination or something on me. And I talked to Herman over at the herb shop, and he said possibly a lesser restoration would work.
Alright. Well, first, let me see if there is actually anything on you.
Okay.
So first I'll do like a visual inspection,
You don't see
I
anything.
guess. Okay. And then I'll... Because the trees are... we figured the trees are like...
Like what?
The trees are evil, right? We figure that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll cast Detect Good and Evil.
Aside from the thing coming out of his bag, none.
Alright, well, I don't detect anything on you, but I guess it would never hurt. So I'll cast Lesser Restoration.
Whatever what is on him should be gone, or whatever he thinks was on him should be gone.
Oh well, Osmond has cast the past tense that spell on you before. Remember when we drank that water and had those things in us?
Yes.
Tadpole.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like you cast it and it just gets rid of everything, or if it's more focused.
Alright.
Well, safe now.
Yeah.
And as we're walking back, I kind of pull back with Nathan, and I kind of just like, in a low tone, kind of whisper to him. When you were talking about that the other night, Eliza kind of mocked you, just so you know. So I don't think it's actually anything to be worried about.
Well, I was wondering when she was gonna start talking back, or at least talking about someone other than you. Like, no offense, but like if she's just insulting you, that's gotta get old after a while.
Yes, you get used to it.
Yeah. Well, how are you doing with that, by the way?
She's fairly quiet for the most part, so...
That's surprising.
Right? I expected her to be a lot more talkative. Not that I'm complaining or anything.
I'm both relieved and also concerned as to what she's up to.
Yes, well, that's...
Awesome. Is there anything else we wish to get accomplished in the next couple days?
Eh.
Nah?
Nah.
No.
Azrivana?
I just wanted to do more research on those trees. Find out as much as I could.
You get the sense that you've caught just about all about the trees that you can here, as far as that's like made like public knowledge. At least in the library. Is there anywhere else you would like to look?
Is there anywhere else she could look for information like that? Oh wait, no, her background, the sage background.
Oh
She
yeah.
would know where to find
She would
stuff
what?
like that, huh?
Oh, she would know where
Her
to find
sage
stuff like
background.
that. Yeah, you're right. You get that you could probably go to the herbalist, but 2 of your friends have already gone and filled you in on what he had to say. So you're unsure whether or not you could get more out if you could get water from a stone. They have already also asked the proprietor of the Red Imp, who seems to have given them what they needed. Your only other recourse would be potentially to ask someone on the council.
Just go back to the end then.
Yeah.
Probably not a good call.
Yeah.
Let's avoid them until we have to talk to them.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, that'll be about it. So,
Okay.
for the next, can we time skip here? Are we good for, like, the next couple
Yeah.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just flirting with Davian the entire time. It's fine.
Right on. He seems to match you with every step.
Yes.
And in some
Okay.
cases, it almost seems like he is ahead of you.
Even better. Even better. Hey, it's hard doing the work, all of the time.
Oh, yeah,
All
man.
right.
Yeah,
it's
man.
nice. It's nice to be pursued every once in a while. Anyway,
You
back
wake
to
up
important things.
bright and early. Well, maybe not early. You wake up on time. As you get ready for the day, you know your first and potentially last destination is to the court of Egregore before guards come and find you themselves. So we are waking up.
Mm-hmm.
It is now time to wake up. Where are we? I imagine
I'm putting on
full of
my fancy robes.
your fancy robes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm making sure my new robes are all nice and everything's in check, and my hair's all. I look proper, and I actually I do put a clean bandage over my hand to make it look kind of natural, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my nice dress robes and whatnot,
Okay.
and then head down. So we'll say a quick prayer, and then head down.
Yep, same.
Azrivana?
I'm just gonna head down, grab my stuff.
I'm just gonna go down wearing what I normally wear.
Are you in a tree or are you in the inn?
I am in a tree, the best tree with my eagle.
That's true. Oh, has Samson just lived there?
Yeah.
Okay, so he stays there. He looks over the trees.
Yep.
Neat. Nathan.
I probably, before I leave the tree that I've been sleeping in, I want to druid craft a small purple flower and take it with me.
Okay. You do so. He's
And
pretty.
I head back to the inn.
You all converge at the Yew and Tower. What goes on?
Alright. Let's just get this over with.
How are you doing, Azrivana?
Not sure. There's a chance I can end up dead or not. So that's fun.
Can you bring yourself back to life?
No.
I imagine at that point she'd be a lich.
Oh. That's bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's avoid doing that.
Dude just kind of like grabs Azrivana's hand and gives a little squeeze and tries to give her a small, like, reassuring. We're gonna make sure nothing happens to you.
I appreciate it.
Bro TP.
Hmm.
You make your way towards the court. As I have once described, it is once a chapel to the god Ogma. Imposing in stature, large and tall and wide. You enter. Little can be seen, of course, from the outside. You enter a long hallway And even with all of your collective dark vision, you begin to lose sight. A large dark room awaits you, of which you enter out of instinct. A large circle, a magical circle, etched into the earth, glows softly with a faint purple light. And you can see that your 3 judges are awaiting you.
Morning.
You get no response.
Cool, so it's gonna be like that. And I walk into the circle.
You feel pain in the back of your head and you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh my god.
God damn it,
What?
Nathan.
Did you not?
Damn it,
Did you
Nathan.
not
We'll
learn this?
learn from the last time.
Nathan's bitter. What am I making? Yeah.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence, cool. That is an 18.
You fail.
What?
Shit.
I need you
still
to now,
districts.
to now subtract 4 points of intelligence from your base stat.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Okay, so I'm at 12 intelligence.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
They made you permanently stupider?
I imagine it's a temporary effect.
Oh, please, I hope so.
Probably.
I would hope so.
Now, the orc stands atop his podium. Shall we begin? And that is where we are going to end.
God damn it. I was gonna say, when Dea, as soon as they walk into that church, she has gone totally, like, she is mimicking every single red nun that she's ever known in her life. in poise, in I am gonna kick your ass kind of face, if you like you know, that no nonsense nun. I am dead inside.
We're going to end here real quick,
Oh,
guys.
man.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a little while. Bye, internet.
Bye.